Jesus said, the sun is shining, I got to make hay while the sun is shining. And they're saying, whoa, hold on, it's the Sabbath. I don't know that you can do that. The other thing that Jesus did is that when he healed this man of his blindness, he spit in some mud and mixed his saliva with some dirt and put it on the man's eyes. You say, why would Jesus do that? Well, this is the God who made man out of the dust of the ground. And with his saliva, out of his breath, his mouth, he mixes it with some dirt. He places it on the man's eyes. The man washes the dirt off and he can see. But there were ceremonial laws that made anyone who had come in contact with the dirt unclean. Anyone who came in contact with saliva of another person, unclean. And so Jesus has broken these ceremonial laws and he's broken the Sabbath laws, and the people are upset because of these things. Look at verse 15. Then again the Pharisees also asked him how he had received his sight. And if you read all 41 verses, what you see is they asked this man or his parents 4 times, how did Jesus restore your sight? Because they're blown away that Jesus would use his saliva and this dirt. You see what's happening? Jesus has given a man who was blind his sight, and they're upset about the manner in which he did it. They're upset about Jesus' methods. They're upset about the technicalities of how Jesus went about this. Jesus did this on the Sabbath, and he used spittle, and we got problems with the way you're doing this, Jesus. And instead of being excited that someone has been given sight, they're upset about the how. How. D.L. Moody was an evangelist, and he was known for being kind of the father of Sunday school. He would go into cities, and he would hold these evangelistic events, and he would start Sunday schools. And in that day and age, Sunday school was a new idea that nobody had heard of. And there were some people that didn't like it. They didn't like what he was doing. And this lady came up to him after one of the services, and she was critical of his methods and the way that he was reaching people in the city. And this is what D.L. Moody asked her. He says, "What is your plan?" And like most critics, she had no plan, only criticism. And D.L. Moody said this to her: "It is clear that you do not like my way of doing evangelism, and you raise some good points. Frankly, I sometimes do not like my way of doing evangelism, but I like my way of doing it better than your way of not doing it." You see, Jesus is out here rescuing people, and they're upset about a technicality. And what happens is we get so caught up in talking about the how and talking about really someone should do something, but don't do it like that, don't go about it that way, that we never do anything. We never make any progress, because all we do is we talk about the way that someone ought to make progress.